Now that it's the end of the year, you're probably looking for the best ways that you can save and get the most deductions possible on your tax bill. And that's exactly what I'm going to be diving into in this video. My name is Aleric and I'm a YouTube ads and video marketing expert. We've got links to some of our trainings below, but in this video is all about saving you money on taxes. So let's dive in and get started with the first way you can save on taxes. Now, the first way that you can save on taxes is by making investments this year that you'll benefit from in the future. So this is actually making investments now in your business, getting the tax deduction, right? And actually being able to deduct that on your taxes today and reap the rewards and benefits tomorrow. What that does is essentially pushes forward the benefit and allows you to get the tax deduction and tax credit today that you can then use to actually earn money next year in the future. This works the best towards the end of the year. People usually do this November, December. I know that at my companies, Ad Outreach, we have several other companies as well. What we do is we love to make investments in December. I actually just did a 6-figure investment for branding, websites, all kinds of different things that we're putting together for our own company. And the reason we did that right now and we paid that investment in full is because we know that we can save money on taxes right now and reap the rewards going into the new year. Now, people do this all the time with our own programs. We teach YouTube ads and video marketing and omnipresent retargeting. People will make investments with us now and then actually start implementing the strategies, the YouTube ads, the whole process so that they're able to reap the rewards in that new year. It's a great time to make investments in your business so that you can get the deduction right now and reap the rewards in the future. The second strategy is to invest in a tax advantage retirement account. Now, there's a few different types of retirement accounts that you could do depending on the size and scope of your business. And if your business is a little bit smaller, you can actually take advantage of a Roth IRA, where you're able to put in after-tax money that can then go ahead and grow without being subject to additional taxes, which is great because that way you can actually get untaxed growth. Now, this is only available if you're making under a certain amount. So this is great for solopreneurs or smaller entrepreneurs that are starting out on your journey. Now, as you grow, you're gonna start to get into SEP IRAs, right? So you can set up a SEP IRA for yourself as a business owner where you're gonna be able to put money into that account and defer the taxes on it. So what you'll be able to do is write it off today, and then in the future, as that grows, you'll be able to pay taxes in the future when you take it out in your retirement. Now, this allows you to take advantage of the tax deduction today and reap the benefits in the long term and only pay the taxes when you want to take that money out in the future. Now, finally, we have the 401k, and that more comes into play when you actually have a bigger company with multiple employees and you're looking to set up a 401k package that you can benefit from as well as an independent business owner. So taking advantage of these retirement strategies are a great way to minimize your tax burden and allow you to invest with a tax advantage retirement strategy. So you may have already known about retirement accounts and getting the deduction on that, but what you may not know is you can also create something called an HSA, a health savings account, where you can actually save by deducting expenses that you put into this HSA. Now, there's a couple of limits. Right now, it's $3,600 for an individual, $7,200 for a family, where what you can do is you can actually put in a contribution into this HSA and use that for your medical expenses. Now, here's the thing though, as a savvy business owner, what you can decide to do instead of using it for medical expenses is you can actually take that HSA and invest in the stock market or individual stocks, and you're gonna be able to grow that investment with that tax advantage status, as long as you use the money from that investment for future medical expenses. This is a great way to essentially build a medical nest egg where hopefully you don't need it in the future, but you have it available to you as that medical nest egg that can grow over time to pay for your future medical expenses. This is also a great strategy for younger entrepreneurs because this allows you to get health insurance that costs lower premiums but has a higher deductible when you do need to use that insurance. Obviously, if you're younger and healthier, you can afford that higher deductible. But the way that this works is because you have that high deductible HSA plan, you're able to put contributions into this HSA account, and instead of using them for health expenses, you can actually invest them into the market and watch it grow over time. In the future, you're more likely to potentially need additional medical care or assistance, and so you'll be able to, in your retirement in the future, have this gigantic investment account that you put tax advantage money in that you can tap into in the future if and when you need it. This is a great strategy to allow you to build additional money, growing tax advantage that you may not have known about. I recommend consulting a CPA to see what the best business structure strategy is for you individually, because it is going to vary depending on your situation, where you live, the type of business you run, and a variety of different factors.
So what I do every year is I actually go through my personal expenses to look for things that are actually business expenses. Now, obviously when you spend business expenses on a business card, it's really easy to know these are the business expenses that I had. I just swipe my business card. These are specific for the business. But you might actually have some personal expenses that you put on your personal account that are actually business expenses. So if there were any expenses you made while you were on a business trip or traveling for business, those may be tax deductible because you were traveling for business or having a business meal. Maybe there was a certain piece of equipment that you actually got for your office, right? But you ran your personal card. Well, you can actually deduct that because it's for a business purpose, a business expense. So every single year, even to this day, I go through and manually look at all of my personal expenses and identify if any of those are actually business expenses, and it saves me money on my taxes every single time. The Augusta rule, which actually gives you the ability to rent your own home or apartment back to yourself at the going rate and take a tax deduction for up to 14 days a year. So what we do is I actually film some of these videos right here on the YouTube channel back in my home office that I have in my apartment. Maybe you've seen some of those videos as well. Right now, I'm actually in my office here in downtown Austin, Texas, which is amazing, but I also have my apartment right down the street and my home office that we record in. So we've recorded a few times this year, and what we can do is we can actually write off a portion of that in our taxes because I used my apartment for that business purpose. I can compare it to what the going rate would be to rent a similar studio or a similar backdrop for my videos, and I can actually pay myself from my business into myself for using that space and get a tax deduction. It's called the Augusta rule. I recommend looking into that, especially if you use your home for an additional business purpose beyond the home office deduction, which is the one most people know about. Now this next one, not a lot of people know about, and it is important to consult a CPA to see exactly what you can write off, but there is actually a research and development R&D credit that you can get to get additional write-offs and additional credits on your taxes when your employees or independent contractors are doing specific research and development, building new innovations, technology, and this is something that the United States does to be able to incentivize more innovation and growth. And so what you're able to do is take a look at your employees that are specifically doing research and development. So we're building out software, we're building out different types of R&D projects, and we can take a look at that and what qualifies, and there are some things that make sure that things qualify, and actually get a credit based on that research and development back on your taxes. This is very little known, but it can actually be really valuable to you, especially if you're running a tech company where there is a lot of research and development and creation involved in that company. And finally, prepaying your expenses. This is actually where you can prepay the expenses you're going to have in the new year right now to take advantage of the tax deductions today. This is very similar to how you should invest now in December to be able to reap the rewards into the future. You pay now, get the deduction now, and then you're able to implement whatever that investment is. Obviously, a lot of people invest in us with YouTube ads, omnipresent retargeting, video, and organic marketing, but it's whatever the investments you need to have. Maybe it's a website or branding or whatever you're investing in your business, inventory, ads. But here's the other area. I just mentioned ads. That's actually prepaying expenses because you're probably used to, you pay money, you get the ads, right? If you're running YouTube ads or something along those lines. So let's say you're actually on payment plans with different vendors or different things that you're investing in. What you can decide to do is pay everything up front. So every year we reach out to our clients, we actually extend them the opportunity and we say, hey, if you owe us money going into the new year, right? What you can actually do is go ahead and pay us now so you can get the deduction now and reap the benefits of our services into the future. We do the exact same thing with our vendors. So recently we actually invested 6 figures in branding website, a complete new brand for ad outreach and my personal brand, which I'm really excited to show you very, very soon when that comes. And that's actually gonna be about a 3-4 month long build out process. We're paying for all of it right now this year, so we're able to reap the tax benefits going into the new year. So we're gonna be able to actually save on taxes now and then benefit as soon as we actually have those new sites, those new branding. It's the exact same thing our clients do with us as well. And that's the last thing that I'll say here too. If you're interested in growing your business in 2022, YouTube ads is the absolute best strategy. I have my brand new YouTube ads for 2022 webinar down below. You can actually click the link down below. It's with the brand new strategies that's going to allow you to scale your business to that next level using laser targeted YouTube ads. And if you've been thinking about an investment that you can make today, save on taxes now, right? An investment into YouTube ads, save on taxes now, and then leverage those YouTube ads in the new year to scale your business to the next level. It is the best of both worlds. So if you've been thinking about YouTube ads, instead of waiting until January or the new year to make an investment, now is a great opportunity to do it. I practice what I preach. I've made a lot of investments right here at the end of this year that I'm gonna be reaping the benefits for going into the new year as well. And I encourage you to do the exact same thing. So if you're interested, we actually have a free webinar on our YouTube ad strategies for 2022, or you can go straight to your strategy call, complimentary strategy call with our top YouTube ads advisors to map out exactly what this looks like. And if it's a good fit, you can make the investment today to reap the benefits going into the new year while getting that tax deduction. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have additional ways to save on taxes, and trust me, there are a lot of different ways. I wanted to cover some of my favorite strategies in this video. Comment them down below. Let us know what your strategies are as well. We are building out brand new content right here on the Aleric Heck channel. I am so excited for it. So be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next video.